Hi, just going to make a little short video today, a little project I'm just working on. I'm looking back at a lot of my sort of early writing music and so on. I'm willing to rework it and re-record some of it. But a big feature of part of that time of me writing, so kind of like the late 80s, early 90s, was a synthesizer I own called a Korg Poly 800. Which is just down here. Now, unfortunately, it's beginning to show its age and it's not working properly. That's to say, its internal battery has died, and I'm going to need to replace it. Let me just show you. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what it's kind of capable of doing at the moment. I'm going to film the process of me doing it and hopefully get all the gorgeous sounds that it can create back again. This is a video mainly for my own records to keep what went wrong if it doesn't work, and any particular computer or early synthesizer, vintage synth nerds might enjoy this one as well. Anyway, have a quick look at how it's working. Sorry, cut off a bit soon there. But this is the keyboard at the moment, the Korg Poly 800. I believe it came out in 1983. It's one of those digital synthesizers, so everything is created using digital waveforms. So you can see it's got a couple of waves. It's got a sawtooth and a square wave as its basis, and then all sorts of filters and lovely things you can do with it. Brilliantly laid out. It explains what every single parameter does. So, you know, if you're not particularly good and can't remember things, everything is there. So it's a brilliant idea for someone who's learning about synthesis and programming things. Everything's in front of you, so you can see really clearly what it is you want to change and how to change it. Anyway, this is the sound. This is one I managed to get working, the very first sound, preset 11, because there's no 0 on the keyboard. Weird. Anyway, you might think that sounds a bit tired anyway. That's just the vibrato doing a very slow thing. But if I go to any other sounds, that's kind of a good old sci-fi sound, but a lot of them not doing anything at all. A lot of them just sound like this. So not a lot going on. So I'm going to remove the battery and then install the factory presets using a audio file. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so I've got a little battery compartment of Amazon, not the same as the original one, you can't get them anymore, but it'll actually take 2 batteries, but only to put 1 in there, and obviously a brand new battery to go in there. I've just trimmed a little bit more off the ends just to be able to solder these in, which I should be doing now. Okay, so the soldering went quite well, I hope, and I'm just going to give a little clean here, because I'm going to just fix this battery compartment onto the, yeah, it'll fit there, inside here. It gets a bit dusty in there, so I'm just going to fix that, because I'm going to glue it down so that it's fixed in permanently. Just a bit of a clean, you see the dust. I shan't bother dusting the rest of it. I mean, the dust is there, it's not doing any harm. Well, maybe I will, because I can. Well, okay, so I'm going to dust a bit of it because it feels satisfying to clean it, but it doesn't actually affect anything, I don't think, because while it's set on the plastic, it's not going to interfere with the electronics. I mean, I'm quite impressed generally, if I just hand back a bit, how clean it all is in there, because this is probably nearly 40 years old, this machine. It's second-hand from me, I didn't buy it new. I bought it in about probably the early 90s, because I had borrowed one from a friend once and loved it so much that I ended up buying a second-hand one for about £120. They're about £500–600 when they come out, I think, when they came out, and I don't know what they're on second-hand market. I'm sure you can look that up quite easily. But anyway, that's what it looks like. I'm going to go and let this dry, and I'm going to get something to stick the compartment on and see what happens. Okay, so actually I found some bits of Velcro, some silver pieces of Velcro, to make it a little bit easier. So I'm just going to stick one bit down here and one bit to the back there. Then I can just, if I need to take it out and replace it again in the future, I can do very easily. It's got to fit there, isn't it? Yes, I'll put it sort of here. Oops. Sort of there. There we go. Now I've got to get this bit in the right place. I'm going to go there. Rubbish. Okay. It's fascinating, isn't it? Out there somewhere. So that there. Fantastic. That's going to sit on there. Let's get a battery in there. Battery, here's one I prepared earlier, or didn't prepare. How am I going to get this out? Oh, it's got a little thing, that's good. That's Chinese for open here. I hope it is. Okay. Put that out. Right, there we go. Brand new battery. Pop it in here. This way around. And boom. And this is on off switch. There's look, turn it off. Perhaps if I was going to be storing it for a long time, perhaps I could turn the battery off. Okay, and that's going to secure. Those both look really good. Get rid of the rubbish. Let's do it all back up and see what happens. Okay, well, it's back in its place. The big reveal. Are the lights going to come on when I turn on the power? Yes, all good so far. Any sound? No sound, no, because there's no sounds in it. So that's my next job, to program all the preset sounds back in. Okay, so the very wonderful people in the internet world have provided us with a sound file, which is what would have been put on a cassette tape to play the sounds that the Poly 800 needs to know about, and it sounds like this. So those of you who remember early computers, we had to lay things on tape. This is exactly the same as that. So your ZX Spectrum or whatever you had to do, where you sat there for 40 minutes loading a good game, which then crashed right in the last 2 minutes. Anyway, yeah, this is only a short one. So I'm going to plug this into the computer, straight into the input there is on the back of the Poly 800, and let's see if it works. Okay, so I've had a quick look at the manual, and I've set the switches at the back to take the tape input, and it says there, tape, well, the closest thing you can get to tape in a digital display. And I've got to press this load button, and then press out the sound file. So let's press the load button, it says load. Now let's go to the computer, and we'll start the sound file, see what happens. We can't hear it now because I've plugged the output into the actual keyboard, but it's running across there. This is fascinating, isn't it? I'll probably speed this up on the video. Oh, it says good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, so time for the big reveal. Did it work? This is the first sound, sound 11, program 11, or 1-1 if you want to be technical. Let's see what happens. Let's play a chord. Oh, it's working. Very nice it is too. Let's see if the next one works. 12, oh, 22, okay, whatever. Oh yeah. What a lovely fat analogue sound that is. I'm going to have fun with this, aren't I? Let's try. Got to play the right kind of music with it, haven't you? What's even... Oh, weird stuff. Oh, what's all this? Oh, fantastic. Right, time for me to go and apply for a job on the BBC Radiophonics Workshop. Well, it works, so we'll have fun playing with all the different sounds that are preset. I might have to retweak them for some of the ones that I used to use, or maybe find them somewhere, because I got some sounds in mind that I used to use. But yeah, all looking good. Well, that was very encouraging. So I'm looking forward to that. You might have seen above it the Casio CZ101. I also managed to get that working the other day as well, and program a real sound in it. It doesn't have an internal battery, just has to be plugged into the mains for it to store its things. It had lost all its memories, of course. But yeah, all looking good for a bit of retro synth work coming up to an album soon. Bye.